Earlier today, we got a sneak peek for the next update coming to Hello Kitty Island Adventure. And while I covered the images in the last video, there is something I didn't cover, so we'll go over that and the fixes we're expecting in the update. So first, with that tweet, I was so focused on the images, the different things that we see in there, that I didn't pay quite enough attention to the text. And there are two key things in here. The first, it says peak winter is coming. We knew that, it's coming tomorrow. Have your coat and mittens on, and then it has the gloves emoji. And there is a tiny part of me that knows that if this had been written in Discord, I would be expecting new glove or mitten accessories. And so seeing it here with the sneak peek, I don't think we actually see mittens in these images, but could we maybe be seeing hand accessories like mittens in this update? And then the second thing that's in here that was perfectly straightforward and I didn't even touch on, and then it says to look for upcoming new areas in Icy Peak to explore. And I did not pay nearly enough attention to the text, trying to make a video on my lunch break, but this explicitly says new areas of Icy Peak. So if we are getting new areas, that means we could be seeing new critters, new fish, possibly new chests, maybe an expanded supply of snowsicle, maybe even new materials. We do see new spawn points in the snow machine image. And if we are talking new area and it comes with new critters, that makes it more likely that those seals are actually critters. And if they are, I wonder what other critters we might see. And if we're adding areas, plural, to Icy Peak, maybe that's where we could see the new cabin showing up. Additionally, if we're expanding Icy Peak, I imagine we'll see additional fast travel locations. And then I think that fast travel menu that puts Icy Peak in its own location and includes the Icy Peak entrance, which all of us know is actually in Gemstone Mountain. Then it helps to establish Icy Peak as its own biome. And I imagine we'll see that section filled out with additional fast travel locations. And then if we do, could we see a new critter corral? We do currently have the Woolox as the critter up there, but the nature preserve doesn't have a separate section for Icy Peak. So if we are expanding the areas, it seems likely we'd expand the critters, and then we could be seeing a separate critter corral, maybe even a new terrarium. Maybe we'll see Icy Peak specific fish. I think right now, even though we have ponds on Icy Peak, we don't actually have any fish in them. And if we get new fish with the new biome specific aquariums, maybe we'll see a new aquarium as well. It does feel like a larger update if we're getting new weather and new areas, most likely new cabins, possibly a new flower. And if there are new areas, that makes me think even more so that we could see a flower, because then we'd have a place to put them and a place to put the cabins. So now I'm even more interested in exploring Icy Peak. I wonder if once we uncover the snow machine, if it'll be easier to get around Icy Peak. And I wonder if the wind is going to continue after we turn on the snow machine. And which biomes is it going to snow in? Will we see snow in City Town? Will we see snow in all the different biomes on Friendship Island? Will that snow accumulate? We have seen effects with each of the weather patterns, but we don't see puddles when it rains. So I wonder if we'll see everything covered in snow, or if it'll just be snowflakes falling from the sky. And then the other main thing I wanted to go over are the bug fixes. So we got some preliminary patch notes, which just go over all the issues that have been fixed. So in 2.3, we'll finally be able to reopen the flower planting menu and be on the last flower that we planted. It's gonna save us so much scrolling. I know I've been putting off redoing my flowers until this was fixed. For quests and events, anyone who started the Lighttime Jubilee quest, whether or not you finished it, will have the Lighttime Jubilee outfits for the friends. So then you can put Hello Kitty, Choco Cat, and Batsmaru in their Lighttime Jubilee outfits. The Frosty Fashion Frenzy came with some avatar palettes, but we weren't able to use them. That has now been fixed, so now you can use those. In multiplayer, some folks are stuck on the Take a Selfie quest. That should be fixed now. If you were playing it in multiplayer and your friend pressed the puzzle button in the Solve the Puzzle stage of the quest in the puzzle room, you'd get stuck on the quest, but now you should be able to complete it. All you need to do is go back to that room and press the button again. There have been some fixes with the achievements as well. Specifically, the comic book achievement didn't always check off if you completed it by being gifted a comic book, but as long as it's in your inventory, that should now check off. And again, we have the fix for the Jam Jamboree collection. It had an extra item in it that you couldn't actually get. That'll be removed in this update. I feel like it was removed in a previous update and then returned. Some fixes with visitors. Haida will no longer mention Usahana in his dialogue. He used to say he was so happy to be near Usahana, so that'll be fixed now. Koropi and Piki, Koropi's siblings, will now share a birthday with him on July 10th, since they are triplets. For furniture and clothing, the snow patch on Icy Peak that was covering the Yummy Mirror crafting plans has been fixed, so now you should be able to water the flower and get the plans. The names of the dark gray and light gray school sweater vest have been swapped. The ruins and meadow wallpaper and flooring can now rotate in My Melody shop. Once you swap out the wallpaper and flooring in those cabins, the dye for some of the armor color options has been changed to reflect the name of those color options, so now they should match. And the color of the table on the mini parade float is no longer black, it's back to its normal purple. And finally, the Starry Nightwing should be back to spawning in the correct place. The previous update only fixed cloud dragons, but now the Starry Nightwing, the butterfly on Cloud Island, should be back to spawning as usual. And finally, you can recycle rare candles. So all of those things should be fixed in update 2.3, Peak Winter coming tomorrow, likely launching sometime in the middle of the day only on Apple Arcade. If you want to see more details about that update, watch the video before this one where I go over all of the stuff in those new images. And if you missed it, we know a few other things about this update covered in the previous news videos. We'll be exploring everything in the update tomorrow, starting sometime in the afternoon. Subscribe for more Hello Kitty Island adventure content after we stream. There'll be a ton of video guides on the channel explaining how to unlock snow and everything else in the update. Turn on notifications to find out the next time we go live. Hope to see you there.